Welcome to the Week in Technology, our inaugural show. My name is Karamjit, your co-host, and of course, a co-host does have another host, and that's Aishah Mustapha.
Hi.
My new colleague here at Net Value 2.0. We hope this is not going to be our first and only show, but that really depends on all of you readers, viewers watching it, and then sending out a viral message to your friends and your peers to catch the show. And we hope you learn something from the show too. We're going to have a fixed format every week, which is basically the question we get asked the most every week is what's going to be a cover story for the coming week. And we thought that's a good way to start off our show too. So for this coming weekend, which is actually on Saturday, when the edge really hits the streets, we've got a cover story on Business FM 89.9. That's a new business radio station that's been already up on the air for a few months now. And it was established by Malek Ali. And me and Aishah both went for the interview and we spoke to Malek. Aishah wrote the story. But let me just say a few words first. What I found impressive was, you've got this very polished gentleman who's had experience working in London, in the city, as a lawyer. And then he went off to do his MBA at, it just happened to be at Harvard. But for some reason, having your master's done at Ivy League university, really opens doors and gives you credibility too, especially when you become an entrepreneur. As Malek himself admitted, that it was a great door opener for him. But over and beyond that, Aishah, what are the things that hit you about talking to Malek?
Talking to Malek, he tells me how he actually has a book of ideas. So over the years, he carries with himself like a little notepad, and he has a bunch of ideas that's crossed his mind over the years, and then he compiles them into a compilation of ideas. And so going into radio has apparently always been at the back of his mind, and it was actually inspired when he was doing his MBA in Harvard. And at that time, PC was relatively unknown, and the professor came in with a desktop and said how he would be able to hear the radio from the PC, which at that time it was just absurd because, PC was just still new. But
and Malek found that fascinating too,
yeah,
right?
he found that fascinating. So that was the seed to his idea, but there were a lot of detours. And it took him a while before he opened the radio station. He was actually part of the founding team for Job Street, and he worked in a lot of other new media strategies like mobile and internet before he got around to Business FM. It actually officially broadcasted on September 2008, so it's only been a couple of months.
Yeah. Okay, good. Well, you can catch the full story in the coming week's issue of Net Value. And besides that, we had another story. And let me just recap. While we talk about, we start off by talking about the cover story for the week. We're also going to talk about the people we've met, not necessarily that have led to stories that will come out immediately, but that could come out eventually. But we'll share with you some of the interesting people we met or the events that we went for too. So, but before we go to that, Aishah went for an MDeC event, which was about the content industry, which was really interesting. But let's just talk about another story we wrote this week, and this is about the book that, thanks to the good auspices of MDeC, Multimedia Development Corporation, and Cradle Investment Program, Cradle, they have come up with this book. They sponsored this book, actually, Go for Broke. And this is about, they featured version 1, I would say, or at least the first book is on 21 entrepreneurs who have created business plans. And
Malaysian entrepreneurs,
Malaysian entrepreneurs who have created businesses and are trying to create value around technology, right? So this book is, the first book is on 21 entrepreneurs, and it starts off alphabetically, and so Ashran Ghazri, has the honor of being the first entrepreneur featured with Asia Stream. So I would...
How much does this cost?
This book now, it's already in the book stands, but I got a complimentary copy from William Du, so obviously they need to look at how much it costs.
Alright, okay.
But whatever it costs, it is excellent value for money, because I've been rereading the chapters again and again. There's really good insight here, and the entrepreneurs have been honest, and credit to Unyo, the author, who really got them to open up and share key insights, in the entrepreneurial journey. So it's not all, roses in here, there's blood, sweat and tears too. And if you want to do what I did is, which I'm still doing, is that I'm going around and getting all the entrepreneurs, I'm on a mission to get all 21 of them to autograph the book. So I've already had like 7 of them. So, I'm 1/3 of the way there actually, right?
So for any of you who complains that you haven't heard anything about Malaysian businessmen or entrepreneurs past Tony Fernandez, who is, super famous. You know, there's actually a lot of Malaysian entrepreneurs here that you've never heard of, and you know, get this book. This is really value for money.
Yeah, great. And talking about Malaysian entrepreneurs we have not heard of yet, Aishah, you want to share with us the conference you attended on Tuesday, right, at Technology Park Malaysia?
No, actually it wasn't a conference.
Okay.
It was MDeC's first dialogue session on the creative content industry. So what happened there was MDeC's Baby, which is a 3D TV series called Saladin. Saladin is actually one of Islam's famous legendary sultans. And they're making a TV series together with Jazeera Children's Channel for 2 seasons. And this is MDeC's Baby in the sense that apparently this was an idea conceived by Tun Mahathir. He wanted to make a story about Saladin, and so MDeC actually...
okay, no, actually, I was at the IAP meeting, the International Advisory Panel meeting, where the idea was first proposed, and it was actually proposed by Bob Bishop, who was at that time the CEO of Silicon Graphics, and he's still on the IAP panel for...
and he knows of Saladin?
Yes, he brought up the idea that, you know, you should, Malaysia being an Islamic
because the word
country,
is that MDeC, they told me that it was actually from Mahathir. So yeah, I could be wrong. But anyway, so what happened was MDeC did an open bid looking for animation studios, local ones, to work on Saladin, and they Young Jump, which is the graphic animation studio that was chosen to do it, won the bid, and MDeC now actually has hired contract writers, contract directors, contract animators to work on this TV series. And going to my point, this TV series, the trailer actually won an award in Japan. Yeah, already. So that event had the sort of a sneak preview and the prize giving ceremony. They were given an encouragement award from DigiCon 6 award, which is an award from Tokyo, the TBS, Tokyo Broadcasting Company. So I think
TBC
this is
then,
TBC. Sorry, this is their first year to enter, and they got an encouragement award. It's not the grand prize. It's an encouragement. But I promise you that if you were to see the trailer or you were to see a bit of the series, it is impressive. It is impressive. And that competition actually had 2,248 submissions.
Wow.
So to actually get an award, I mean, it says something. So yeah, I mean.
But what about the rest of it? Was a full day?
It was a first dialogue session. So they had a lot of university students come in just to encourage them and talk to them about. So it's a good start. However, I noticed that I mean, given the fact that 3D animation requires a big budget, you know, uni students wouldn't be able to have that kind of budget. So, you know, I mean, I think with the grants and everything, definitely if we want to go further in this, there needs to be more money pumping in. That's about it,
Talking about 3D animation, I mean, we obviously have the first movie already out, right?
Gang, and that's doing really well,
Just want to share an anecdote about Gang, because I was at MCOP Mall recently, and actually after the media preview, I had picked up a t-shirt too, which they were selling, and you know, it was not, I thought it was a bit expensive, but you want to support your local products, right? So this is a t-shirt that I picked up for 35 ringgit, and then 2 weeks after this, I was at MCOP Mall, and this kakak was selling these, you know, t-shirts which are pirated versions, you know, for 15 ringgit. And so when I called up the people at Gang...
So the pirate t-shirts now?
Yeah, so I told the people at Gang about it, and they said, well, it's okay, they are helping us promote the movie. But I guess as someone who has paid 35 ringgit for an authentic t-shirt, the only little grouse I would have is that the design for the pirated version I thought was better than this t-shirt. So at least, you know, guys, go and check out the pirates and have better quality t-shirts, you know, and not quality, but better designs for your t-shirts, right? One little bit of feedback there. But okay, great. We've run out of time already for this week's show, and we're going to try to do where every week...
time runs fast when you're having fun.
Yeah. At least we're going to try to talk about 3 issues which we have managed this week. Please, we're going to end now by urging all of you to please send us your emails, you know, about the issue, about the show, some of the things we've raised up, whether you agree or disagree. Like Aishah says, you know, no email is too pointed.
Nothing is too sharp, you know. Nothing is too offensive. If it is, you know, we might bleep it. But yeah, send us your feedback. Yeah,
okay, great. So we look forward to seeing you again next week. Have a great and productive week in technology.
Bye.
See you later.